So I'm still a goat. I just realized that. You know what? Screw it. I'm staying a goat. uh, all right. The final shape. Chat, do you think the final shape is going to, no pun intended or pun intended, is going to shape Destiny into a new kind of like path for the future of like where there's new mysteries, like tons of mysteries. Like now we have like how the light and dark and the pyramid ships and stuff, like how all that was a mystery, like Destiny 1 kind of feeling, that's going to come back. Do you think that that's going to come back? That's, I ask you. Do you think that that's what Final Shape will probably do? Hope? Possibility? Low probability? That would be saved for afterwards. Well, I'm talking about, like, I'm not saying during Final Shape, because Final Shape's going to conclude the mystery that we originally had. I'm saying after the raid and stuff, we start to open up another, you know, path of mystery like Destiny 1 felt. Because there is mysteries right now in Destiny 2, but they're not the same feeling that like we did in Destiny 1. And I think that we all can agree that that was one of the things that made us grasp the story more in Destiny 1, at least. Because all the aliens that came here and stuff, you know, the Fallen, the Vex, the Hive, the Cabal, we were all just like, oh man, what is their original home like? What are the things that makes them unique and stuff? Oh my god, hive worms. Oh, the Cabal are all about war and stuff. Oh, I bet they have some really crazy tech and stuff. Oh, the Fallen, they originally had the Traveler, but it left them? Why? Like, is the speaker being honest, like, about what the Traveler is quote unquote saying, and this and this and this, and it just keeps going down and down and down. I hope through the episodes, me too. Afterwards, it's likely alien arcology and paracasual Vex shenanigans with potential time paradoxes. I know the Vex are going to play a big role, because that's one of the big mysteries that the Vex have been still holding on to. Well, specifically, Bungie has been holding on to, is that the Vex, we've been just dealing with their lower, like, bottom the barrel, like, threat level Vex. Apparently, they have way more scarier forces, but the reason why those are not going after us, don't quote me, but I'm guessing that it's because they haven't been able to assimilate a way where they would be like, oh, we can win now. So, hey, SK. Possibly there's still the 9. Yeah, the 9 is still a big mystery. The Leviathans. I mean, we're kind of getting through all that too with the Leviathans, especially after Season of the Deep. But Panoptes, Panoptes was so cool. I'm so disappointed with what they did with Panoptes. Scary freaking design. And all you had to do was shoot a rocket at its chest. Gosh, imagine if that boss could grab you and throw you. Like, you think about how scary the tormentors can be when they get up to you and grab you. That thing? Different story.
DJ with the 40-month resub. Oh my god, there's a lot of pats.
Thank you so much. Chat, tons of hype for this legend. Thank you. How you doing? We talking about the future of Destiny. Do we think that Destiny going forward is going to bring back that like feeling of mystery and stuff? I want to either see the 9, the first Vex mind, and the full force of the Vex and the mysteries of the Awoken mythology, like fighting words. Yes, same. Vex could also be waiting for either the Witness or the Traveler to fall. Oh, for sure. How am I doing? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. This is why I've been, like, I love the story of Destiny still. But I think that we've gotten to a point for Destiny where we need to have new factions. We have a whole universe. Like, imagine after the Light and Dark saga, we open up a way where we can go further and still have our light, like have our powers, but we can now leave the solar system or something like that. We learn like technologies of like portal teleportations and stuff, allowing us to go to far, far out there. And we start having brand new threats, huge threats. The problem is that the Witness still, I know that maybe the final shape will make the Witness actually on the pedestal of being a threat, but they really made the Witness feel like a just I mean, yes, they showed the Witness is super strong. They can turn you into sliders. Like the Witness can just do whatever. But majority of the time we're just dealing with Scorn. We're dealing with the Shadow Cabal. Like, that was where my disappointment was huge, was when the pyramid ships got here and nothing got out of it. Like, I was expecting them to land down and the rabbits from Rayman were going to run out. I'm kidding, but, you know, basically an army of new enemies. And they kind of had that with the Tormentor and then whatever that new enemy type that's going to be in Final Shape. But it's like they should have had like a whole faction of those types of enemies right away. Subjugator? Okay, yeah, that thing. It's like, it's more of like a support enemy, I think what they were trying to push it, which interesting. We know the name of the first Vex mine being Apotheosis, Apotheosa, or whatever it was after time, like the Hezen, but on a bigger scale. It can warp reality on a utter absurd. Yeah, was that how? Yeah, like I know that Vex is going to have like an interesting, you know, mysteries and cool stuff to it. They should have had many disciples of the Witness. Yeah, like anything. I mean, Rolk's design was insane, but he was the last of his kind, so there goes that. It's just, that's where I'm at. Like, we should have new enemy factions. Instead of just being like, hey, it's Fallen, but with Siva on it. Hey, it's Fallen, but Happy Halloween, it's Scorn. Hey, it's Cabal, but they got backpacks, I guess. Like, you know, we got to have that sense of we have no idea kind of mindset where it's like, this is a brand new faction we don't know anything about. We're getting drip fed like stuff about it because it's new. Yes, there's the 9. I know that the 9 is a huge like just mystery and stuff with Zur and stuff, so there's stuff with that. I don't know. Point is that I feel like for me, Final Shape should literally, again, pun intended, I guess, shape the path forward for Destiny's storytelling to bring back what did well with Destiny 1 and even like Destiny 2, where there was this huge sense of mystery and just wondering, like, what, why, what's going on here, where, why, like, it's just, there's still a lot of mystery. I'm not saying there isn't. It's just that, I don't know. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like with how, like now we know everything basically about the Fallen. We know everything about the Cabal. Like there's no surprises around those two factions anymore. It really feels like. The Vex still has some mysteries, obviously, which is the main thing. I'm like, okay, push the Vex on the story. There's still like some Hive stuff, like with the worm gods and whatever, but I think that after Xivu, we've pretty much dealt with the scariest of the Hive, other than worm gods, I guess. So it's Yeah. Final Shape should set a new, bold, and fun path to the future of Destiny. Exactly. Obviously, we can make conversation on like where like Destiny should go after Final Shape in a video game stance. Like, I have a lot to say about that. But specifically, I'm just trying to talk about the mystery. Bringing that back. Funny thing is, Yule is technically betting on us to win. Oh, really? But then somehow Emperor Callus of the Cabal has returned. Wait, what? Honestly, there are other mysteries we're still deciphering. Ishtar Collective. Oh yeah, that's a new one. Well, so the Ishtar Collective with that, you know, spoiler with the exotic mission, when we go through the portal, what I'm looking at that is just like where it's like, okay, how does this connect now with the Wish Dragon somehow, and Ishtar now, and the Vax and stuff. So yes, there's that. Yeah, Nezarek's little cult thing, which I thought that was the Cabal. I didn't know if there was anyone else. The remnants of the other factions that are still lingering. Yeah. Bungie needs to push out if they are going to tie up the Light and Darkness saga. Yeah. And somehow Palpatine has returned. Oh my god. I see what you did there now with Emperor Callus. Yeah. They do that a lot though. Like they just are like, oh yeah. They didn't die. Want to fight the Pantheon things. Yeah, I agree that, like I said, the original Hive, or not Hive, Vex machine of doom would be cool. Called her a bunch. Yeah, so we want to be in the woods. Spooky. We have to bring back the horror aspect of Destiny. The cult are a bunch of variety of people, not just Cabal. But I thought it was already like factions what you knew. I don't know. Maybe, like I said, I don't know everything. My knowledge of like Destiny 2 lore goes all over the place. Sometimes it's like, you know, 70%, and then it goes down because I haven't read the recent lore and I'm not caught up, but I don't know. I want mystery. I want there to be something to make us feel the way that we did when Destiny 1 was at its peak with like the Taken King. Like the Taken was, you know, reusing the enemies that we already had but making them very different. I mean, you could say the same thing with the Scorn, but the Scorn are just, I don't know, they just don't have the same level of, oh my goodness!
Duckman! With the 5 gifted subs!
You legend! Chat, tons of hype! Well, thank you, thank you! Thank you so much, Duckman. Duckman! Thank you so much. Dead Orbit. Yeah, all those factions, if you mean like literally like the factions of the tower, yeah, they're gone. Well, supposedly the original Lakshmi is out there. Like I guess that's what was going on with the whole Ishtar and the Veil stuff lore. But everyone else, they were banished. But those factions don't have a huge sense of mystery compared. I don't know. I keep saying this, and I will always make this point. The Red War campaign was very good. The only thing that made it bad was, one, how they did Gaul dirty. Like, Gaul should have been a lot more in our face through the missions, but instead they treated Destiny 2 as another like introduction to the Destiny universe, which I could get why. But yeah, they ruined Gaul. I was really sad. But if they had a legend version of the campaign, that's where I would say the Red War campaign would be phenomenal. That introduction alone, it gave us all chills. Like I think we all agree that like the music and just like the tone of the, you know, we were, oh man, we're being attacked by the Cabal, and I was hyped because I've always said that the Cabal have the strength to be able to do stuff like that. And it's just, that's what I'm missing with the Witness. The Witness just doesn't give me that vibe. Yes, DJ, at some point. Yes, I know what you're talking about. I'm Gary Kaiser. There's Praven still locked in a vault. Apparently he's dead. DeLoco keeps telling me that he's just dead. I'm in denial, and I say that the ghost that we found and the body that we found doesn't say that he's completely dead. That he is actually stuck. Like he's stuck in you know, time with the Vex. I'm also still in denial that Asher is still somehow alive, even though they basically said, yep, he's dead, after he gave us his last message to help us. Which, there goes one of my favorite characters. Irrelevant! It's like Saint 14? Sort of, yeah. So it's like, I feel like Praden still has room to come back, and Praden could probably be the main character to help us when the Vax goes into maximum overdrive and we deal with a bunch of Panoptes and stuff. Then Brother Van swoops and saves the day. I feel bad for Brother Vance. They really ruined him as a character too. I will say that's the one thing I hate about Curse of Osiris the most, is what they did to Brother Vance. They just made him into a obsessive fan. Like, instead of like somebody that was like mysterious and cool, he's just like, oh my god, it's Osiris. Can I subscribe to your feats pictures? Like, come on. Why? Who wrote this? And the way he closes the Infinite Forest like that was awesome. Osiris enters chat. Who? Basically. But yeah. For me, I don't know, chat. Let's say this. Now, because since I made the point that like new factions, that means like new aliens. Like kind of like how we had Rolk, where it was like a completely different design. What would you like to see if they were to add new enemies? Like, what would they kind of look like? What would they maybe do that would probably hype you in Destiny when it comes to just like what I said? Nezerax people, that's true. That would be cool. Yes, Resurgence. Me too. I was going to say that. I'm glad that somebody said it. I'm so glad somebody said it, because I was like, if anyone remembers. The moth people. The moth people. Who remembers that concept art? Oh my goodness. Remember this concept art? Beautiful. This felt like Destiny to me. That felt like Destiny to me. Where it was mysterious. It was just unique. Like, it wasn't trying to just go, oh, it's, you know, it's just an enemy with a weapon and that's it. Apparently, I guess, I'm assuming that this concept art was more towards the fantasy game, that there was rumors that Bungie was kind of going back and forth of what the game was going to be. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. At first, I thought that was what Savathun was going to turn into when we helped her get rid of the hive worm. And it was going to lead into like the connections with the hive and the moth people, where like the hive were originally in that design, but then when they accepted the sword logic or whatever, they turned into the hive. Oh yeah, I don't, was that ever like confirmed what that was yet? Like the Drifter came across some scary stuff like during his survival. But I don't know if that was like them just like, it was like, could have been something that we already deal with. I don't know. Again, main point, I just want to see new stuff. But yeah. So did anyone say anything else, like of like creatures, enemies that they would like to see in Destiny? Like if they were to do like different factions and stuff, like what would be like, oh man, I'm so glad that they did this. This is cool. And like learn stuff about them. Pyramid troops. I mean, yeah, I already said that that was disappointing that we didn't get that with the pyramid ships coming in. I wonder what they'll do with Xivu. Yeah, I mean, we did basically strip her away from her power or whatever. So I have no idea. The dark beings on the planet, the Drifter, that's what we were just talking about. Yeah. I don't know. I guess that's still a mystery, but that would be really cool. They have so much opportunities to introduce brand new race into the game that's not associated at all with the light or darkness, like one that never got visited by. Yeah, that's what I mean. It would be so cool to make that step forward. Like, it's one thing to, you know, just continue the mysteries of the Nine or the Vax, but we need new, entirely from the ground up stuff to digest. That's the main thing. Well, thank you, Mothman. Brad the Mothman. I want space battles to give our ships meaning. Me too. I would even be fine with the Warframe treatment where our ships are like, you know, our homes and we can decorate it and stuff like that. I still don't know why they don't bank on that. I have a theory. After we kill the Witness, Xivu will use remnants of its power to not only enter her throne world, but to supply her own hive with pyramid weapons. I mean, because the reason why I could actually believe that is I don't think Bungie wants to do another, you know, kill a hive worm in a strike kind of thing. I think they want to ensure that Xivu is like the next Oryx kind of situation, but because I don't think that they're gonna just be like going the route that they're kind of going, where it's like she just doesn't have her powers at all. Well, I don't know, Samurai. I don't know. Like to see a shark-like, dolphin-like alien people who lived underwater. Oh God, can we stay away from underwater things? Actually, that would be kind of cool, but it'd be also be terrifying. Imagine we get spider-like enemies, dinosaur stuff. I don't know. Remember in the lore, the one mysterious race that supposedly are the founders of concepts of the Nine that created the mysteries of the Nine? Well, yeah, that's why I said in that situation, like, there's still the mysteries of the Nine. We already have spider-like enemies, the Fallen. That's true, but I meant like where creepy spider design and more spider. I don't know. Not Spider, the one that sits in the chair and collects ghost shells. There's so many possibilities. There is. It's just, we put all this hope into these kind of things, and then who knows if it goes anywhere. So there's a lot of hope with that. I think that, I hope they don't do Xivu how they screw with the handling of the Taken Hydra from, oh my God. You mean Korea? Holy flip. Yeah, don't even get me started about that. They should have at least turned that into a strike. That was so disappointing how they did that. Scary Hydra. And poof. Gone. That would be really cool too. Like after the final shape, like we help the Cabal, we help the Fallen, the Elixni, like with their home planets and stuff. And maybe they have their own threats that they have to deal with, and we have to help them. That'd be cool. Yeah, well, we were talking about how like there probably is going to be a huge focus on the 9. I feel like before that, though, we're going to be dealing with the Vex. Point is there's possibilities to anything with Destiny. I mean, it's a sci-fi game. Like, Bungie can make up anything. So, that's why, like, when people were saying that, do you think that final shape is going to be the end of Destiny? No. I say no. I know that there's Marathon, but I don't think that Bungie wants to risk Marathon primarily, like, because if Marathon flops, then their whole company flops if they don't have Destiny. So, like, there's so many things. It's just that we still have our own mysteries that still to solve in the lore of Destiny, but I think that having something that's as huge as the things that we mentioned would be nice. And I feel like our next conversation, we should definitely talk about more on the game stuff. Like, you know, playlists and where they go from there after Final Shape. Like, if they decide to do a Destiny 3, like, what kind of stuff they would do. But it'd be kind of cool.